Hi, I'm Matt with GodIsForYouMinistries.org. Just a thought for today on sin. Hey, good morning. Today I'm out here in front of my house and we have these rock and dirt banks. And here's the thing. Every day these get watered. Let me see. Good morning, pups. There's my two pup dogs. They're just so photogenic. They like to be in the videos. Every day these sprinklers right over there run and they water this ground. And here's the thing, my dear beloved brothers and sisters. When the sprinklers run and it gets the ground wet, it's going to cause weeds to grow. And I'm going to liken this to sin in our lives, okay? When this is dry, if we didn't run the sprinklers every day, you wouldn't hardly need to weed it because there's no moisture for the weeds to grow, okay? When this gets watered every day, we got to come out here and pull the weeds all the time because there's weeds out here all the time. And the key is the water, okay? In your life and mine, my dear beloved brothers and sisters, the key to keeping sin, and it's not about us working in our own power. It's letting the Lord, the love of the Lord Jesus Christ live through us. The key is to keep the flesh in the place of death. And just think about it like a man with a sword or a spear right to his chest. You don't let him move. You don't let him get up. And what it does is in a practical way is it starves the flesh so that it doesn't have the opportunity to rise up and work in us. Because no matter what, when you're born again, you have two natures. You have the flesh. It's incorrigible. It can't be improved. It can't get any worse. It can't get any better. And you also have the life of Christ, the divine life of Christ inside of you. And you're going to act out in whichever nature that you're feeding. And my flesh is no different than the worst criminal in the whole world. I could commit any sin. When I was younger, I was like, how could that Christian get divorced? How could that Christian commit adultery? How could that Christian do this awful sin? You know what? Their flesh is no different than my flesh, is no different than the worst criminal in the whole world that's ever lived. Okay? And if you give your flesh food, you give it the opportunity to bloom and blossom, it's going to grow and do awful stuff. True story. And it's not, like I said, it's not about, I'm going to be better, I'm going to be stronger. If you fight the flesh in your flesh against flesh is just total weakness. You have to use the divine power of Christ. You have to reckon it dead indeed to sin. Okay, so how in our life, in a practical way, how do we starve the flesh? How do we get rid of this water? Number one, and all these things, this isn't like a list. I should do this, I should do this, I should do this, because you're going to fail if you don't want to do it. Okay? The number one motivation you need in your life is a desire. That's why devotion to Christ is so important. Why would you want to serve the Lord Jesus? It's because there's blessing in his presence. It's because you get to experience the joy of his love for you. So these things right here, I'm going to say, watch what you listen to. Music is so powerful. Okay? Watch what you listen to. Make sure it's uplifting. Make sure it's true. Even songs that just say, there's one song that I can think of. I love the author, the artist. She's an amazing woman. She says, truth is easier than a lie. That's not true. Okay? And I don't listen to that song because that's not true. It's always the best policy to tell the truth. So be careful what you listen to. Be careful what you watch, okay? People do what people see. If you watch things in the internet, you watch, there's a weed right there. Whatever you watch is what you feel like is normal. That's why TV is so awful. Because it's full of trash, and you watch that and you think that's normal. People do what people see. Be careful what you watch. Be so careful. Be careful what you read. Here's the final thing, you guys. Be careful what you think about. It says in Ephesians 4, it says, finally, brethren, 4:8, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are positive, think on these things. Because that makes our mental state. Whatever we think about becomes our beliefs. Our thinking becomes our beliefs. Our beliefs become our expectation. Our expectation becomes our attitude. Our attitude becomes our actions. Our actions become our habits. Our habits become our character. And our character becomes our destiny. So I just encourage you today to be careful about what you sow in your life. Thanks so much for watching. May the Lord richly bless you.